All right, welcome. Welcome to Grubs Are Us. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Man, this cutscene looked so good back in the day. So this is obviously Onimusha. Uh, this is week 2 of attempting to get this playthrough going. I tried recording a couple times last week. I mentioned this, I think, in the Illbleed video. My first attempt, I I wondered about certain differences between this is the high def remaster, so I wondered about some differences between this and the PS2 original, and and then I played a few minutes of the PS2, so I actually had the answers. So I typed a couple of them in really quickly, and it looked kind of crappy. And I had like a little clip of the PS2 game thrown in there, but it was like 3 seconds long with like no warning. And so I was about to upload it, and I'm just like, I don't like this. So like, all right, whatever, I'll do it Tuesday. So I recorded it again, and I'm getting ready to edit it, and I realized I never turned on my microphone, and so I had a whole lot of talking. And none of it was saved. I'm just like, you know what? I'll do it next week. Man, everyone has like the same type of armor. One's dark blue, one's dark green. Good job, boys. Good job. Semenosuke.
Nobunaga has finally engaged the enemy.
Yeah, you don't mess with Semenosuke. I was telling someone at work about this intro, and like I joked about the like dark green and dark blue. It's raining. Here we go. Oh, that's not good. Anyways, it's raining. They're fighting in mud, and their armor is shaped pretty much identically. It's like, yeah, that really quickly devolved into just a mess where no one could tell who anyone was. Man, PS2 era. This opening cutscene is. It looks like it's up-res a little bit, but honestly, the PS2 original doesn't look too far off of this. Like PlayStation 1, they always had obviously better cutscenes than what the games looked like. But on PS2, that's when those cutscenes started really looking good. Especially certain companies like Square always had just beautiful cutscenes. Of course, that was part of the reason why people liked Metal Gear series, because you always used like the in-game engine for the cutscenes. So you didn't have that jarring like, wow, that's beautiful. Oh, holy crap, my player looks awful. Hey, look at it. I know that guy. I feel like he should either have like a big obvious wound in his neck or a piece of clothing comes up and covers covers where the arrow hit. Dear Samanosuke, I am writing this letter in hopes. Yeah, she reads it.
Dear Samanosuke, I am writing this letter in the hopes you will read this in time to help. Something is wrong within the Inabayama castle. Some of the maids and servants have gone missing, and I fear that it might be the work of monsters. I am so scared, Samanosuke.
She hits
People
that
tell
K
me
so hard.
that the monsters eat the maids and servants and then take their remains to someplace deep underground. When I told my brother Yoshitatsu about this, he did not seem interested. He is too busy preparing for his upcoming battle with Nobunaga. Samanosuke, although it has been a few years since we were forced to take separate paths, due to the battle between my father Dosen and my brother Yoshitatsu, you are still the only one that I can rely upon. I can only hope that you receive this letter and that you will find it in your heart to come and save me before it is too late. Yours faithfully, Yuki.
All right, let's get this going.
This way, sir. If our princess is at the keep, there are two ways to get there. The western path, or the northern passage.
Kaede, I'll go north. You follow them through the other way.
Understand.
Understand. All right. So I'll show a little bit of the PS2 version right here. Since this cutscene right here still uses like the in-game model, you can kind of see like the PS2 game honestly
Princess Yuki!
still looks pretty decent. When you get in close, there's some obvious differences with like better textures. Like you can see a bit of the threading and like the cords going between the pieces of armor or on the handle of his sword.
Princess Yuki, Your Highness.
Samanosuke, it's really you. Oh, I knew that you would come to save me.
The shadows
I
on
have
some of the
missed
character
you
models
so
are a
much
little
since you
weird.
left the castle.
You'll notice it really in just a second here. You can see it on his arm a bit. But I thought maybe that was just some mess up with the remaster. But no, on the PS2 version, like you can see that it's on this monster. The next shot will be better for it.
You can, you worthless bug. Useless.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just... The shadows just look weird.
Humans.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like he's, there's areas that should be under shadow, but are still brightly lit.
Princess.
Because it's only concerned with, like, objects going over it, not necessarily like, oh, the light's coming from above, so, like, the bottom of his belly should be dark. Like, no, there's no limb going over that. Make that bright. I don't know. I'm rambling.
With your current power, you are not capable of destroying
You
demons.
have entered the realm of Prince.
We will give you our powers. We are the clan of ogres that has been subverted by the demons. Samanosuke, defeat and seal their souls. To your right hand. Destroy all the demons.
Okay, he's pushy. remember being impressed in the PSU version that he had a translucent gauntlet.
So, fortune has smiled upon me this day. The power of this gauntlet. I will destroy all of those monsters and save the princess.
Very dramatic there, Takashi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The guy is the model for it. I can't remember his last name. Oops. Sorry. Hitting wrong button. Hitting the triangle like I did on the PS2 version. Might as well save. So speaking of the PS2 version, yeah, I know. I don't have anything to enhance with yet. What? I thought I went to save. There are a handful of differences. Big one, the PS2 version, it's 10 controls. Right now I'm using a D-pad, and if I hit back, then I scooch. But it didn't. You couldn't control your character with the analog stick in the original game. This one you can, and I hit back, and he just runs straight back. Now, because you don't need to turn around quickly, the button that used to be for a quick turn, when you start getting the ogre weapons, now you can just rapidly switch between those without going to a pause menu. I want to show a PS2 version on this scene also. Something I noticed. You can see the camera moving a tiny bit, and it's pre-rendered backgrounds. Normally with pre-rendered backgrounds, the camera can't move at all. Reason for that being since basically the backgrounds are drawn to look 3D, if you change the angle you're looking at it, then it loses the it basically no longer is going to look 3D. But there were some guys in the water, some bodies in the water bleeding, and if you look at the blood, you can see. I can step back in just a second here. I'll bring back up the PS2 version. You can see that the camera is a bit zoomed in on the high def version. So basically, since they're zooming in, it's the same camera shot. They're just moving the screen along the shot, so it gives the feeling of like a 3D moving camera, or a camera moving in a 3D world, without ruining the pre-rendered background. Yeah, this game was Capcom attempt at kind of spinning off the Resident Evil formula into a different series. It was pretty successful. I mean, ooh, nice. You got the original trilogy, which is pretty beloved.
Open the door.
And then there was a fourth game, which I believe was well received. I personally have never played the fourth game.
Huh? What should we do?
I will eventually. I want to. But this first game was originally supposed to be PlayStation 1. And actually, I found some footage shown at like a game show for the PS1 version.
Sorry.
We are very sorry. Please forgive
And
us.
I think that's a big reason why you had like the pre-rendered backgrounds on this version.
The keep may have also been attacked by them.
Which, in this high
Keep
def
is ahead of us that way.
Right.
remaster,
It's a
they are
shortcut to the
quite
keep.
fuzzy. They don't look bad by any means, but boy, they are fuzzy. Yeah, I can't remember on the, I think there's something hidden in here. There you are. Right? No. Maybe I'm going crazy. I thought I remembered there being an herb in here, but I can't see it. I've only played through this part of the game like 5 times in the last week. Oh, jeez, there it is. I'm an idiot. But I can't remember for sure, but I think the second game switches to like 3D backgrounds. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, got herbs. Scary bat. But this one with the pre-rendered background, since they switched to a more powerful console, they're able to just dump all that power into character models. And I remember a lot of publications like talking about how they're bragging that their character models had like 10,000 polygons. And you're seeing the early previews of this game, and Samanosuke looked better than anything else that was being previewed, or at least almost anything else being previewed. I was looking up time this game came out. Around that same time, you would have had the Bouncer, Tekken 4, Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't know when Final Fantasy X came out. I can't remember. Actually, I'm gonna look that up really quickly. Alright, so Final Fantasy X came out in July 2001. This game came out in March 2001. The Bouncer also came out in March 2001. And Metal Gear Solid 2 came out in November 2001. I'll get back to that in a second. The brave ones who finds and is reading the scroll cast all thoughts aside, heed by word. There exists an ogre gauntlet that draws its power from the souls who were slayed by demons. Master its secrets, great power will be yours. Remember, without the power of the ogres, you are no match for the demons. Sujin. I'm not. I know that Tekken 4 also came out in 2001, but anyways, like the Bouncer and Metal Gear Solid 2, both good-looking games. I'd say overall, Metal Gear Solid 2 probably looked better than this game. But the character models in this, I would say, were better than those other two games. Final Fantasy X, that probably, out of that group of games, Final Fantasy X was probably the best looking one. Metal Gear Solid 2 looked fantastic, but its character models had some weird quirks to them. But, Tekken... Fighting games are kind of weird because, well, you're making a much smaller area, so you can focus a lot more power or memory into the character. So fighting games tend to look a lot better than most other games, anyways. I'm just rambling. Master Sujin, I followed the monsters, have been kidnapping people around town, has led us to this cave. The cave seems to be a nest for demons. Every kind of monster imaginable, even ones I would never have believed existed. They call themselves demons. I hate sunlight. They seem to have lived underground since before human race even existed. My master has already made up his mind to go into the cave. I am confident he has the power to banish the demons. I have very little talent for drawing, or I have a little talent for drawing. I also have faith and courage. I'm not afraid of the monsters. As such, I'm going to record everything I see. This is going to be the most bizarre book in history. Sayamayu. Yeah, no. Slaughter that name. Yay. Alright. Anything else grabbing here? I was just looking up something. The first video, first attempt at doing this video, I had joked with the pre-rendered backgrounds that, let's see if I remember what this was. Yay. Just gotta match up the numbers in the corner. Since you have pre-rendered backgrounds, kind of like with the old Resident Evil games, interactive objects can stand out pretty obviously. And I compared it to Don Bluth and said something about Scooby-Doo. Slightly wrong there. That was Hanna-Barbera, not Bluth. But I don't know that they were the ones that really created it. Oh yeah, I don't have. You get booklets that basically translate certain words, and so you can match up the words of all these symbols down there and figure out how to answer the question. I can enhance my sword. Haha. Oh. Anyways, yeah, it was Hanna-Barbera that made Scooby-Doo, but I've seen a lot of people talk about how, like, as kids, they'd watch the old Scooby-Doo shows, like, oh, the one thing that's obviously not part of the static background must be the one thing they need to interact with. And sometimes in these pre-rendered games, you kind of get that same that same issue. All right. So because I looked up a couple random things, I don't know how long exactly I've been recording. I'm going to go a bit further. My previous attempts, fighting the first real boss was right around like 32, 33 minutes, so I'm going to assume that I'm doing fine. Ow. Jeez. Ah. I need to get out of here. I think they just keep on respawning. I'm sure eventually they stop, but sometimes it takes a while. Some pretty cool monster designs in this game. Oh boy. Oh crap. I used that up on the wrong one. That was luck. I believe yep, don't have that. So let's go through here. Oh, gotta save this guy. He drops an herb. I don't remember if he drops something if you can't save him or not. Oh yeah. Rope ladder. Wow, 3 herbs. I'm loaded. Alright. Doesn't look like anything to grab there. Is that another, yep. Alright, can't do that yet. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, let's fight the big boy.
Huh?
Didn't know humans could be such pests?
Where is the princess?
Humans are more tasty when angry, and I haven't eaten in a while.
Yeah, the shadows weird me out in this. I mean, back in the day, you only really saw like certain games, like maybe sports titles and fighting games that had accurate shadows. Most games around the time had like circles. So on PlayStation 2, when a lot more things had accurate shadows, it was impressive. So I'm sure I just looked at the shadow on the ground thinking, wow, this game looks amazing. Just an extra swipe in. Oh. Can't even run past the fire. I need to be able to see you. There you are. I'm actually doing a lot better at this fight than I did the last couple times. The first time was pretty rough. Second time I had it down pretty well, but I took a couple hits because I got a little risky. This time I'm playing a little riskier, but I'm also using much better timing. Oh, he might get me there. Whew. Alright, one more power move should hopefully do it. Oh crap. Nope. There it is.
I die by the hand of a human.
And
Be quiet, monster. It's
yeah.
time for you to go back to the underworld.
Alright. Just a tiny bit more and I'll be able to save. Journal 2. I'm a pathetic coward, weak and unworthy of the priesthood. My master is seriously injured during the battle against the demons. I could not do anything. I could not save my master. He asked me to bring his wounded body to the entrance of the cave. Then he began to perform his final ceremonial rites. He has made up his mind to offer his life and die as a human sacrifice. With his remaining power, he is trying to sacrifice himself and place a seal at the entrance of the cave so that the demons cannot get out. My master gave me a scroll and a jewel, and then ordered me to leave the cave. It was the most humiliating moment of my life. I was relieved to hear that I could leave the cave. I was too happy to be leaving to worry about my master. All I could think of was myself. Or I could only think of myself. Afterwards, I hid the scroll and the jewel, and I came back to my master's place of sacrifice. I will never have the willpower of my master. All I can do is learn as much as possible to create a testament of my findings. So basically that little shrine at the very beginning where I grabbed the scroll, that was his master, I'm assuming. Alright, let's go meet this weirdo. Wait. Yeah. Nothing. Ew.
Sweet, beautiful, lovely, the dripping blood, and what's this? Oh, a liver. What's that smell? Who's there? A human? How disappointing.
Face me,
He's a
demon.
cutie.
Who do you think you are talking to? I haven't seen one as foolish as you since that, Nobunaga.
Nobunaga?
I operated on and resurrected that pitiful Nobunaga after he was killed in Okihazuma. He then made a pact with the demons and pledged his eternal loyalty to serve us forever as our slave.
No!
Oh, yes, it is indeed true. Now, let me show you my most recent creation. Go, Renato! Bite the belly of that maggot and feast upon his bloody
I
flesh!
hate these guys. Getting in a room with a bunch of these guys can be super annoying. For one, they're kind of stretchy. They're weird looking. And they multiply. So you start off with like a couple of them, and oh my word, it gets annoying. Ah! I forgot about them being able to grab to the floor. Stop hitting me! Alright. I don't think there's anything to... Oh. I don't think there's anything to grab in here, you know, except for the one thing I need to get out. Yay! Fire! Bunch of words I can't read. So yeah, before I had the quick turn, now I can just rapidly switch between weapons, which is nice because in the previous game you had to pause and then switch on here. So that is a wonderful quality of life thing there. I probably lost a couple. Alright, I'm about to deal with my least favorite enemies. Wait, where am I going? I'm about to get turned around. Yeah, I lost a couple. Oh well. Alright. I hate these guys. They'll grab onto you and suck out. Yeah, right there. Sucking out my orbs. Come on, let go. But yeah, sometimes, because they can fly through walls, I don't think they necessarily leave the area, but sometimes they go somewhere where you can't reach, and then it just becomes a nightmare trying to wait for them. So they can become really annoying. Let's see. Oops, come on. Alright. I think that's a pretty good first episode. I'm going to enhance my stuff. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm definitely looking forward to playing through this game. Yeah, happy you could join me for this journey. Until next time, my dear friends. Until next time.